evening. Thanks for joining us. A man from the Sturgeon Lake First Nation has been charged in a fatal crash more than 3 years ago in northern Saskatchewan. RCMP say a car and pickup truck collided at the intersection of Highway 263 and Okama Beach Road on April 4th, 2022. The 64-year-old man driving the car died at the scene. The truck, which was stolen, was abandoned at the scene. July 23rd, 29-year-old Raven Bird was arrested and is facing several charges, including dangerous operation of a motor vehicle causing death. He's scheduled to appear in Prince Albert Provincial Court tomorrow. Today marks 38 years since a Prince Albert man disappeared, leading police to renew calls for public assistance. Samuel Lachance was last seen July 29th, 1987, at a local beverage room in Prince Albert. At the time of his disappearance, he was 6 feet tall and weighed about 200 pounds. He was from the Big River area and often traveled between there and Prince Albert. Anyone with information on Lachance is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. 3 people are facing charges accused of using drones to deliver drugs to Saskatchewan Penitentiary. RCMP say they investigated 2 reports this month, stating drones were deployed to drop drug packages to the grounds of the prison. The investigation led to the seizure of 3 drones, cell phones, a laptop, and drugs. 2 women and a man are facing a string of charges related to drug trafficking. An inmate of the Saskatoon Correctional Centre who escaped custody this spring has been arrested. 33-year-old Garrett Gardner was doing community service at Martins Lake Regional Park, north of Blaine Lake, when he ran into a bush May 21st, and he hadn't been seen since. RCMP say he was arrested in Saskatoon yesterday. Emergency crews continue to battle the fast-moving Buhl fire, which is now within 4 kilometers of Ramsey Bay. Parks Canada says there's an entire division working on structure protection. Ramsey Bay is under a complete evacuation order, and Montreal Lake Cree Nation has evacuated residents with health concerns. There are over 200 crew members working to fight the Buhl fire, which has grown to nearly 77,000 hectares. Approximately 70 military personnel have recently arrived to help suppress fires along roadways.
The military is a great asset to have because they've got a fantastic ability to do logistics. One thing that people always think about is it's just putting water on the actual fire, but the military bring the ability to bring resources in, set things up. They have a fantastic background with emergency management as well.
Incident Command says there have been issues this summer with people using private drones near wildfires, which can impact operations, and it urges everyone to stay away so as not to interfere with firefighting efforts. Stacey Hine in now for a quick look at our weather situation here. Stacey, what should we know?
Well, Blair, there's a few things to note. Today, we are a few degrees warmer than we were yesterday in Prince Albert, and that warning trend will continue into the long weekend. Now, smoke and air quality has been one of the big weather stories of the summer. There is still some air quality warnings in effect for northern communities, but in Prince Albert, we're no longer under that air quality warning. Right now, we're at a 3 on the air quality index, which is considered low risk. Now, something else to note, we're not seeing any rain in the forecast, so that may not put a damper on your long weekend plans, but the area, of course, is in need of some moisture. Now, I'll have your full weather forecast later in the show.
Thanks, Stacey. Lawmakers from 4 provinces and 11 states are gathering in Saskatoon to discuss the future of nuclear energy at the Midwestern Annual Legislative Conference. Nuclear energy, a key topic of discussion as Canada and the U.S. continue to navigate tariffs imposed by President Trump. The conference is sparking discourse regarding how officials will move forward as they work to grow the North American energy sector. Saskatchewan's premier says the province is planning to continue expanding the nuclear industry.
Whether it be us in Saskatchewan or anywhere throughout Canada or the United States, that we're using all of that North American expertise and elements that we have. It really is a way for us to be energy independent for not just decades, but likely the next century.
The conference wraps up Wednesday with a roundtable discussion on strengthening Midwest trade corridors. The provincial NDP is accusing the Sask party of stacking boards of Crown corporations to privatize them, something the province says is just another false NDP accusation. The NDP alleges the Sask party has appointed a number of party donors to the boards of Crown corporations. It says recent appointees have had a history of supporting Crown privatization. The NDP says that includes John Gormley, who joined the Sask Party board, and Shannon Andrews, a former chief of staff to Scott Moe. It says appointees to Crown boards have donated a total of $170,000 to the Sask Party. The province responded, saying the new appointees include First Nations leaders, business owners and philanthropists and volunteers who want to serve and provide professional experience and oversight. It adds the NDP is raising claims of privatization that have been false for years.
This is all deeply concerning. This is against the public interest. There is no accountability, there is no shame, and there is now no independence at the Crowns.
In a statement, the Sask Party said the NDP is attacking hardworking and community-minded people. It says for years, the NDP has campaigned on claims the Sask Party would privatize Crowns, something the province reiterates remains untrue. Researchers at the University of Saskatchewan are turning to honeybees to better understand fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, known as FASD. The scientists say honeybees have a lot of the same social behaviors as humans, making them a useful model for studying how alcohol exposure before birth affects social interaction. In a lab, a group of bee larvae is being exposed to alcohol. Later this week, the scientists plan to introduce those bees into the hive, paying close attention to how they interact with the rest of the colony.
How are they accepted when we put them in? So do the other bees dislike them more than the regular ones or less? Do they take care of the young larvae? Bees feed each other, so are they participating in that? Even just the way that they move around the hive, like bees will come out to each other and touch antennas and then walk away. Like, are they participating in that? So there's a lot of individual actions that we can look for.
The researchers hope what they learn from bees may one day help people living with FASD. Summer construction season is in full swing in Saskatoon with several projects underway. The city says it's making progress on important projects like the Broadway Bridge. Additions include new asphalt, waterproofing, traffic barriers, and other improvements to separate multi-use pathways from driving lanes. There are also resurfacing projects on 22nd Street, Marquis Drive, 71st Street, Attridge Drive, and Cumberland Avenue. Downtown water and sewer rehabilitation work is ongoing at the bus terminal on 23rd Street East. The city is also replacing lead service lines in the Nutana, Buena Vista, Riversdale, King George, and Caswell neighborhoods. Link platform construction is ongoing, with 44 locations expected to be completed this season. The city says while it can be an inconvenience, the projects are often planned years in advance.
Lots of engagement and consultation with businesses, with chambers of commerce, with the communities and the community associations before we even start the work. Public engagement, reporting to committee and council. So on the major projects, there's lots of pre-planning, lots of stakeholder engagement that goes on even before the projects begin. So that does help mitigate some of the concerns and address some of the issues before the construction begins.
Schmidt says the Broadway Bridge project is expected to be completed on budget and on schedule this October. Potential bus drivers are invited to get behind the wheel in Saskatoon. First Student hosted an open house today as it looks to hire thousands of new drivers ahead of the 2025-26 school year. The Big Bus, No Big Deal session allowed attendees to learn more about a career driving students to school. First Student says it's looking for drivers who have some Class 5 experience, but also people who want to try something new.
We're just looking for people with the right attitude, people that love kids and people that want to make safety their #1 priority. And frankly, like I say, our doors are open, so come on in and learn more and see if this is the right, the right career path for you.
First Student says it plans to electrify 30,000 of its buses by 2035. Preparations are underway for the 140th edition of the Saskatoon Exhibition. Rides are being set up at Prairieland Park ahead of Thursday's opening day. This year's event is being dubbed the 8 Best Days of Summer, as the X grows from its usual 6 days to 8 full days of fun. Organizers say the longer runtime isn't the only thing making the X bigger and better than ever.
We're up about 17 rides, but the bigger thing is it's not just about the number of rides, we're getting bigger rides. So, I mean, in years past we had a swing, now we've got a bigger swing. The numbers that we're comparing it to is in previous years we could do about 24,000 rides per hour. This year we're going to have the ability to do 36,000.
Festivities get underway Wednesday with a downtown kickoff parade at 10 a.m. The 140th exhibition runs July 31st through August 7th. Still to come, some fishing tips before you head out on the water. What to know if the fish are a little finicky this time of year. We're getting into midsummer and the fish might be getting a little finicky out there, but that doesn't mean they aren't still biting, but you may have to modify your technique a bit. Our fishing expert joined the Morning Live team to share some tips.
What is it exactly that we have to modify this time of year in order to get that fish to bite?
Well, lots of people out, lots of people catching fish, and the fish sometimes, especially as the heat comes on, they get a little bit less aggressive. So we have to settle things up a little bit, and the technique I'm going to be talking about allows you to be aggressive but also subtle and try a variety of baits at the same time.
So what is the technique that you're going to be talking about today?
So the technique, and you could see basically on the video we're showing here, there's a weight on the bottom that you can't see. But what it is that allows a bait like a natural worm that we're using here to be suspended up off the bottom, sort of in full view in front of the fish. Now, what it essentially is a weight on the bottom and a hook tied a little farther up. And as they say, that weight essentially is only there to get the hook down, but it allows that bait to sit up high and fish naturally off the bottom anywhere, like the weight's down here for the viewer, and then we've got the lure up high here. And you can actually go slack on that with the weight on the bottom, and if it's a live bait, you just allow it to swim around. But if it's a rubber natural bait like this Crush City from Rapala, you can manipulate it and bounce it along too. So that's the thing. Be more aggressive with the artificials, but be more natural and subtle with like a leech or a nightcrawler, for example.
And this technique, I believe it's called a drop shot, correct?
Correct.
So
correct,
what are some of the ways that this is helping us while we're out there?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the nice thing is it's very universal because you can cast it and retrieve it and just slowly thump that weight back. It does really, really well if you do have a boat and you could drop vertical on a fish. Sometimes they'll bite the jig and sometimes they won't. In fact, what I've tied onto your outfit there is I've got the drop shot hook higher up and I'm using a flasher jig as the weight on the bottom. That can be really, really deadly to bring fish in, and sometimes you'll get two at once if you get lucky with that. But sometimes it can cause a little target confusion, like the fish will come in and go, I don't know what I'm doing, which one do I bite? So that's why often just the single hook up top, as I say, either with a bright artificial like this or Z-Man, which has a lot of elasticity, that's the elastic technology, is also really, really good to get those fish to bite.
So what is it exactly about the long, slender weights that are helping us?
Yeah, and on this one, I've got, and I know it's really, really hard for the viewer to see because these are quite small, but this is a bell sinker. This is fine for most southern Saskatchewan waters where we don't have a lot of snags, but farther up north where we have a lot of rocks and trees and tobin and stuff, those long, slender weights are sort of shaped like a pencil, so they're very, very thin, but they're long, so they can pull through snags really, really well. So that's where they really, really excel.
And I noticed on the video that we had just shown, you had a live worm on that hook. Is that the best bait this time of year? What should we...
You know what, I would start a bit more aggressive and gaudy, if you will, with this. And if you're not getting tagged or bites on this, then go with natural bait. The nice thing with the leech, particularly, or a worm, is you just let that sit there and it does all the work. As opposed to a soft plastic where you're doing the work and jigging, you just leave it and let it do its work, and then all of a sudden the rod tip will just load like this, and it's just a nice sweep. And you load that rod up and you're going to get tons of walleyes and perch and even some pike doing that.
We've got sports coming up after this quick break, including the latest on the green and white as they prepare for a big battle this weekend. Friends, our friend Stacey Hine joining us now for a quick look at our weather situation here. And Stacey, what should we know?
Well, Blair, today a very nice kind of mix of sun and cloud day today. Temperatures not quite at seasonal yet. The high was about 23, or seasonal would be about 25. But we will see a warming trend in the next few days. Taking a look at our radar and satellite, this is the system that's kind of responsible for that warming trend, basically creating a ridge of high pressure. So across BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. We're going to see a warming trend across the map. Also pointing out here, we got some precipitation for southern Saskatchewan, Swift Current, Estevan, also seeing some rain there. Taking a look at our future cast, we're seeing those isobars, those white lines on the screen, pretty spaced out. Not much in terms of precipitation. A few scattered showers for areas north of Prince Albert, but nowhere near the amount of rain that is needed. Across the region, some single digits and mainly cloudy conditions across the board. 5 in Candle Lake, 7 in Birch Hills, Rostern, 6 in Melfort, Nipawin, Spiritwood, 8, the Battlefords, 11. Quite a bit warmer tomorrow. Mix of sun and cloud across the board. 27 in the Battlefords, 25 in Spiritwood, Birch Hills, Melfort, 26 in Nipawin, Candle Lake, and Rostern. In Prince Albert tonight, clear sky, a low of 5. A very light winds coming from the southwest at 10 kilometers an hour. Tomorrow, it's going to be pretty nice out, 26. Mix of sun and cloud. Air quality is going to be 3, considered a low risk. And again, very light winds tomorrow. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, Blair, it's shaping up to be, fairly nice. If you have long weekend plans, great time to get out there and do some yard work or whatever you want to do outside. Thursday, a high of 29, Friday, a high of 30, and Saturday, a high of 31, and Sunday, a high of 29. Shaping up to be pretty nice, but Blair, of course, we do need moisture in the area, so it's kind of a win-lose situation.
I got to take the good with the bad there. Pretty hot and toasty for that 7 day, Stace.
For sure. Maybe a good time to get up to the lake on that long weekend.
Yeah, well said. All right, big thanks for that. Let's take a look at sports. The front four of the Saskatchewan Roughriders defense is looking to follow up on a stellar performance over the weekend. The unit registered 8 sacks against Edmonton, putting former rider Cody Fajardo under pressure the entire game. It seemed everyone was getting in on the party as 5 different riders registered sacks. The group knows 8 sacks won't be the norm this season, but pressuring the passer can be just as valuable.
I mean, it's huge. Like I said earlier, we were getting all pressures but no sacks. And to continue to have pressure on guys, especially guys that can't really move in the pocket, putting a phone booth on them, having guys close around him so he can extend his arm and make those throws, that changes the game. That's what we got to do as a D-line every week.
The next quarterback the Riders D-line will have in their crosshairs is Montreal's McLeod Bethel Thompson, who they'll face Saturday night.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
There's an ongoing nationwide shortage of some common pain medications. Health Canada issuing a notice that drugs containing acetaminophen with codeine or oxycodone used to relieve pain are in short supply. The shortage is linked to manufacturing disruptions reported by Teva Canada Limited. The CEO of the Ontario Pharmacists Association says the issue should be resolved in the coming weeks. A new report indicates Canada is falling behind when it comes to supporting people with dementia. The Brainwell Institute says services are fragmented and it takes an average of 2 years for patients to get a diagnosis. The report also says dementia leads to an estimated $25 billion in lost productivity due to demands placed on caregivers. The Institute is calling for the creation of a coordinating body in Canada to guide policy, as well as a national implementation plan. Alberta recorded another 36 new measles cases this past weekend. Alberta Health Services issued a public alert for possible measles exposures in Calgary. Someone who was infectious was at Pinnacle Medical Center's Crowfoot last Wednesday. And the alert is also for South Block Barbecue and Brewing in the Mission area last Monday. Anyone who attended those locations is asked to monitor for symptoms. The province has more confirmed measles cases than the entire United States has reported this year. Stacey, it's a ways away, but are you a fan of Halloween?
Of course, Blair. Candy, costumes, what's not to love?
I agree. One of my favorite days of the year. Well, we may be over 3 months away from Halloween, but that isn't stopping some people from celebrating and stocking up on decorations already. And as Sam Champion reports, major retailers are getting in on the trend known as Summerween.
Welcome to Summerween.
Wait, summer what? Summerween! The people of this town love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year.
Ready or not, Halloween merchandise is creeping its way onto store shelves earlier than ever. Retailers including Amazon, Costco, Michaels, and TJ Maxx trying to spook up demand months in advance. But experts say don't expect drop-dead discounts.
I don't think there are going to be great deals right now, but it really is about snagging that thing that you must have before your neighbor gets it.
Like Home Depot's fan favorite, Skelly the 12-foot skeleton, already on sale starting at $300. And new this year, Skelly has a dog. Target's viral sensation, Louis the Pumpkin Ghoul, is back at $180, and this time he has friends, Bruce and Lucy. While some may shudder at the thought of Halloween in July,
Summerween? Something about this feels unnatural.
It can't come fast enough for Halloween fans like Bonnie Barton.
I definitely start getting really excited for fall and Halloween in June.
The self-professed Halloween enthusiast loves to host spooky summer parties, complete with carved watermelons and skeleton pool floats.
The marrying of Halloween and summer has honestly just been like the perfect combo.
Last year, consumers spent a record $12.2 billion on candy, costumes, and decorations, and experts expect similar spending this year.
It really is a race to the finish. These retailers are trying to beat their competitors by putting this merchandise out early.
It's never too early, right?
Yeah, you know what? To me, Halloween's an indicator that summer is over, and I'm not ready for summer to be over, but I'll take any excuse to eat some candy.
Yeah, especially with the temperatures we're seeing over the next week here.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All right, that is all the time for us today. Big thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. We will leave you now with the national news, and Stacey and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.